Welcome to episode 6 of Full Court Magic. I am your host, Don Strouble, and I am happy to be back with you guys. After nearly 2 weeks apart, I came down with a cold that time of year. Here in Florida, we got some sort of unprecedented weather, and I think that probably attributed to it. But once again, happy to be back for what was a very crucial day in the Magic season, for better or for worse. And that is because another NBA trade deadline has come and gone. And the only move that the Magic made uh, was to trade Tyus Jones and two second round draft picks to the Charlotte Hornets. Um, in exchange for cash considerations. That helped the Magic get beneath the luxury tax while moving on from Jones, who wildly underperformed during his time here, put up career low numbers across the board. Um, but it turned out his impact went well beyond the court, and I will get into that soon. But earlier, President of Basketball Operations Jeff Weltman held a press conference with the media before Orlando's game against the Brooklyn Nets and talked about the team's approach and philosophy and going into this deadline. And he was candid in saying that he's not happy with where the team is right now. And I can certainly understand, from my perspective personally, this is not me quoting him, fan frustration given where the Magic were at going into this game and what the season has looked like. It has not been easy at all. And, it's one of those things where fans they they want to fix they want to see something happen, and Weltman historically has not gone in on trade deadlines to make any moves of significance. To hear him say that, oh, I'm not happy with where the team is right now, well, fans will react and say, well, why didn't you make a move? And that's exactly what's been happening. And I can't blame them for how they feel, but at the end of the day, this is where the Magic are. Um, and this is what the team is going to look like moving forward. They do have an open roster spot that they need to fill. And Weltman did touch on the buyout market, though it felt like he approached it with a level of skepticism. It feels like he's kind of treating it the same way he treated the trade deadline, in which he said, you don't want to trade for someone just to trade for them. And he also shot down the notion that the front office has not been aggressive. And he pointed back to the Desmond Bain trade. He also talked about the the future of Jamal Mosley and his job security as head coach. And it essentially gave Mosley his vote of confidence, and threw the organizational support behind him, and said that he is their head coach through the rest of the season. So that was another thing that fans were pining about on social media and raising frustration over, is Mosley at the helm on the sidelines. Um, but it seems it's clear now he's not going anywhere. And so this is going to be a situation for the Magic where it's like, okay, trade deadline's done. Our coach is staying. Where do we go from here? How do we improve? And Weltman, he kept pointing to, if they were to make a big move, they would have to break up the core, given the financials of everything and the timing of everything. And he still expressed great belief in this core. Though he did touch on how concerning it is to continuously be in this injury cycle, which he said kind of feels like Groundhog Day. And maybe this isn't what the fans wanted to hear. Maybe they wanted to hear something else, but I'm just here as a vessel and a conduit to kind of give you guys what I see as a beat reporter here in the building. Um, it's my job to stay neutral and objective, and I'm going to continue to do that. Um, but this is where things are at right now, and the team showed tonight uh, that it can win despite a tough day in losing Tyus Jones, which many of these guys considered to be a brother. And this is where it comes back to his impact expanded beyond the court and even his time here. I mean, we're talking about someone who was a teammate to Desmond Bane for 3 seasons in Memphis, a mentor to Jalen Suggs. So on and so forth. And that's the human side of this, and that's the part that can make this somber and emotional. And the fact that you know it turned out to be a what if. I mean, Jones's numbers coming into this season indicated that he would be a solid reserve floor general that this team needed in kind of a shooting guard centric system with Bane and Suggs, who are naturally twos um, in a lot of respects. And so it's one of those things where it it's tough on these guys and it weighs on them, and it might be hard to understand from an outside perspective, but they were in the locker room with him every day, gaining advice, building relationships, building camaraderie. And though it never showed up on the court for Jones, um, his intangibles are what ended up being the most important part of his short tenure here. And so, I mean, Jalen Suggs said after the game, which, by the way, had his first career triple double. He said that his heart was heavy and that he didn't have a lot of energy going into this game. But Mo Wagner sent a heartfelt text to the group chat that helped uplift him to go and have the kind of performance that he did 15, 11, and 11. And we were on 5-and-5 watches. He had 3 steals and 4 block shots. So um, just a great performance by Jalen, who has struggled a lot this year with injury, and now the departure of someone that he is very close to. Uh, but he flipped the switch and he came out there and he galvanized his team, and he did what a leader should do, and he exemplified what strong leadership is in these moments when it's not the best day, when your team, in some aspects, is on the proverbial ropes, uh, given the record and given the state of the Eastern Conference, where a bunch of teams did go and get better in the trade deadline and add significant pieces. And uh, there is going to have to be a level of trust with this Magic team going forward. There's going to have to be trust that the core gets healthy and can be on the floor together. I mean, Franz Wagner missed another game. Clearly, that ankle was not ready, but there is a level of understanding of why he would want to play in Berlin, given the personal connection and it being his home. But they're going to need to get him back. And this is a team that just is going to have to look itself in the mirror every single day and figure out how to be better and be the best version uh, of themselves. And it will be interesting to see what they do in the buyout market. There are some available options out there. If you want to score first guard, you could go and maybe look at a Cam Thomas, 24-year-old that just got waived by the Brooklyn Nets, the team that was just in this building tonight. You could look elsewhere and in other places, but it's going to have to be the right guy coming into this situation to really benefit this team, because they're kind of at a point where the issues are so deeply rooted that it is possible that there is no one out there that's going to make a substantial difference for them. And so now it's about what will you do with what you have the rest of the way? And tonight was a good start. This is a very important homestand for the Magic leading into the All-Star break. Got 3 more home games before the All-Star break. Next one is against the Utah Jazz, who had a very significant trade deadline. Not going to be an easy team to beat, and then you get the Bucks twice. So, uh, good night for the Magic. Huge night for Jalen Suggs, and certainly an interesting place for this team to be. If you guys have not seen it yet, I did film and post the entire Jeff Weltman press conference. My team and I at Roundtable Sports are going to be having stories coming through over the next couple days with his comments. So, depending on what your schedule is looking like and how much time you have, please tune in. We would love to have you join the conversation on Roundtable. That is kind of the premise of this website, is to get fans involved. Without the restrictions of a paywall. So we would love to have you. And as always, thank you so much for your support, and looking forward to talking with you guys again on Saturday following the game against the Utah Jazz. But for now, I'm Don Struble, and this has been Full Court Magic.